Someone is reaching out to her.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Please share the
We
NH
are
number.
calling. Okay.
I share it.
Yes, please.
778
Okay.
355
Okay.
248.
All right. Thank you. Let me try to reach her.
Okay. Thank you, Judith. Let's begin, team. I welcome our guests from all over the world. We'll have some time to speak with you. So for now, we begin. A very good morning. Good afternoon. Toastmasters, guests, Rotarians in the house, you're most welcome. I'm Brenda Atwiine, and very delighted to be your contest chair this morning. And you're welcome for our second edition of the Kampala Sunrise Speech Contest 2020. Last week, we had an amazing speech contest. I can't wait to hear the great speeches this morning for us to learn, cry, get amused, and be educated. So this morning, our speeches are in two categories. We have evaluation and tall tales, our very first time to do tall tales in Kampala Sunrise. So waiting to be inspired. For the benefit of our guests this morning, the speech contests provide us with an opportunity to learn from proficient speakers. It also gives an opportunity to the speakers to improve on their speaking abilities and to be able to recognize them and encourage them and continue to enable them to train. So before we begin our contests, there are some few rules I would like to put across to all of us as the audience, to the contestants, and other role takers. First of all, I'd like to confirm that all our contestants have completed or filled in their eligibility forms, which is a requirement in Toastmasters. So they're all submitted to me and they qualify to participate in this contest. They are all in good standing. The SAA, our Sergeant at Arms, is going to monitor how effective the meeting will run. So she will try to minimize the interruptions during the meeting. So I encourage you that if you may want to leave shortly or join in during the contestants' speeches, we will limit the entry of our guests and fellow Toastmasters. You can only do that during the minute of silence or during the break time. I also encourage you to keep your microphones muted, and during the speeches, we'll keep our videos off just to help our contestants keep focused and not be distracted. Feel free to use the interaction icons if you want to upload or send any other signal. Feel free to use the interaction icons. The chat box is also available for use, but we encourage you to use it during the break time or moment of silence. This also will help us not to disrupt the speakers. It's a special moment for them. About timing, the contestants are well aware of their time limit, but we'll help them with the display of the time As you can see, we have a timekeeper, Irene Ambassa. For the tall tales, the maximum time is 5 minutes, but at 5 minutes, the timer will flag the green, 6, the yellow, and 3 minutes, she'll flag the green, 4 minutes, yellow, and 5 minutes, flag the red. For the evaluation
Correction, Brenda.
content, sorry.
Correction, Brenda.
Thank you, Alex, you can clap.
It's 3 to 5
3 to
minutes.
5. Yeah, thank you, Alex. So 3 to 5 minutes. So the timer will still display the cards, but you have a maximum of 5 minutes. For the evaluation contests, your maximum time is 3 minutes. So at exactly 2 minutes, the timer will flag green. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, she'll flag yellow. And at exactly 3 minutes, she will flag the red card. The disqualification applies in terms of time limit. So please, contestants, keep watching the timer. Yes, those are some of the few rules that we want to put across for all our contestants and the audience as well. A reminder about the speaking order for the 2 categories of the speeches. Evaluation, we'll begin with evaluation contest. So the order of the evaluation or evaluators is as follows. There are only 2 contestants. So the first contestant to speak will be Agnes Katushabe, and the second is Alex Agaba. No, Juliet Oyellah, sorry for that. Because Alex, you've just spoken, your name was in my mind. Yes, I hope that's clear. Then the speaking order for the tall tales. We have 3 contestants. The first speaker is Alex Agaba, second, Emmanuel Barria, and the third will be Judith Nabankema. So as the contest, I'll be introducing the speakers, your name, your speech title where necessary, and then after your speech, the evaluation, we shall observe.
9 minutes.
Are you sure?
SAA,
Maybe it'll be more. 10 minutes, but
to mute. Please mute your microphones. So after the speeches or the evaluation, as the contest chair, I'll observe a minute or 2 minutes of silence to allow the judges to compute the results or to mark their ballots. So just take note of that. And at this juncture, before we begin the speeches, I'd like to invite our Chief Judge, Susan Kavuma, to give some few remarks. Thank you, Susan, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tall Tales and Evaluation Contest. Thank you for joining us this morning. I will be your Chief Judge, but before I proceed, I just want us in our private time to say a prayer for our original Chief Judge who's not well, and she's sick, currently undergoing treatment. So I stepped in as the alternate, and I'm so glad that all of us are here and well. I have a team that I will be working with today during this contest. The judges, who will remain anonymous, all are briefed and have received their forms, their eligibility forms. I will also be working with the ballot counters. I will also be working with the timers. As the Chief Judge, just to give a sneak peek of what the judges will look out for in this contest. We're beginning with the evaluation contest, and it is tallied or marked out of 100. I think, let me say marked out of 100. So they'll look at the analytical quality of the evaluator, and that they'll score out of 40. They'll look at the recommendations that the evaluator will give our test speaker, that is marked out of 30, the look at the technique, that is marked out of 15, and then the way the evaluator sums up the whole evaluation, that is marked out of 15. The rules have been shared, the ground rules have been shared by our contest chair. All the role takers are in the house. Contest chair, I confirm that all the role takers are in the house. To all the contestants, before you begin, please ensure that you can see the timer. If you cannot see the timer, please alert us and we will let the timer know. Now, before I hand back to the contest chair, I would encourage us all to mute our videos. Thank you all. And in case of any contest, if in case you're contesting anything about the speech, about maybe the judges, please raise it with me and I will have a team, together with my team, will look at that. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you, Susan. Yes, I would like first of all to confirm if all the contestants are here. Alex, could you just say yes? I need to be sure that you're here. Juliet, Agnes. Okay, Emmanuel Baila. Emmanuel? Emmanuel? Judith?
Yes.
I need to hear your voices to
Hello.
be sure.
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
All right, good. So it's time to begin our contests. Ready? I need to see some few reactions from the audience. You can just type in a chat. Are you ready? What are you ready for? Just a few reactions from the audience. What do you look forward to? What is your expectation? Okay, so as I wait for that, we can begin. So I would like to invite our test speaker to deliver her test speech. Miss Rita Mwima is our test speaker. Rita, you're welcome to give your speech entitled A Lesson Learned. A Lesson Learned. Rita Mwima. Please come over the stage. Rita Mwima.
Let's never negotiate out of fear, but let's also never fear to negotiate. These were the words of John F. Kennedy. By show of hands, who of us has been involved in a negotiation before? By show of hands, SAA, is anyone putting up their hand? Anyone been involved in a negotiation before? Anyone? Well, about 4 years ago, I was involved in a negotiation with my business partner. We co-owned a house that was located along Entebbe Road. My business partner hadn't had a job for over a year. And so she thought that after selling this house, she would get enough money to buy a bigger plot of land, construct a bigger house, and use the rest of the money to start up a business. So she got in touch with me and requested that we meet. When we met, she told me about the different ideas we would invest in after the sale of this house, instead of just having one house. I didn't buy her idea. You see, at that time, the construction of the Entebbe Express Highway was at its initial stages. And I knew that upon completion, the prices of all the houses in our vicinity would definitely go up. So I tried to convince her to give it at least 2 or 3 extra years for us to get a better deal. Well, she didn't agree with me. She got so mad, so rude, and assured me that whether I liked it or not, she was going to sell the house. I thought to myself, should I involve a lawyer? Should I involve family? But after thinking about the relationship we had had, the relationship our families had, I decided to walk away from that negotiation. I let her sell the house. About 4 days later, the house was up for sale, and indeed, potential buyers started calling and requesting to visit the facility. To cut the story short, unfortunately for my business partner, but fortunately for me, the house wasn't booked. I learned a lot from this experience. And like Maya Angelou says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. My business partner didn't respect my opinion. She didn't care whether I said yes or not to our deal. I learned a lot from this experience. I also learned a lot about negotiations just from what we had gone through. You see, there are 4 negotiating styles. We have the competing style, where the negotiators believe in clear winners and losers. This negotiating style is very effective whenever reaching an agreement is required within a very short time. We have the compromise style, where the negotiators require a very short time to come up with a plan. However, the results from this style are usually not ideal for both parties. We have the accommodative style. And in this style, the negotiators look at relationships as the highest priority. Therefore, if you need to mend or maintain relationships, you could use the accommodative style. And finally, we have the collaborative style, where the collaborators brainstorm on ideas for solutions. However, this style is very time-consuming. So I've talked about the 4 styles: competitive, the compromise, accommodative, and collaborative styles. You could use any of these styles at any point, depending on the scenario you're faced with. Whenever you get into a negotiation, always remember that there are 3 outcomes you should expect. Could be a win-win, where both parties get what they want from this negotiation. Could be a win-lose, where one of the parties gets what they want at the expense of the other. Could be a compromise, where both parties come to common ground, they talk about it, and see how both of them can get what they want from it. However, you could choose to walk away from this negotiation, either at that point or indefinitely, if it's the only alternative you're left with. You could choose to walk away from a negotiation if your opinion is not listened to. You could choose to walk away from a negotiation if you have an alternative option that doesn't involve the person you're negotiating with. You could choose to walk away from a negotiation even if you went on and on with it, you will not get what you want. You could choose to walk away from this negotiation if the person you're negotiating with doesn't respect you, if this person is rude and doesn't honor your opinion. I just shared an experience I went through. I decided to walk away from that negotiation because I wanted our relationship to continue flourishing, because I wanted our families to continue being in touch. I decided to walk away from a negotiation just for peace. Toastmasters and guests, I know many of you have been involved in negotiations in the past, and you'll be involved in other negotiations in the future. But always remember that you can choose to walk away from a negotiation just for peace. And like Dale Carnegie said, by fighting, you never get enough. But by yielding, you will actually get more than you expected. choose to walk away from that negotiation. Just to maintain a relationship. Choose to walk away from that negotiation just to ensure that there is peace. I repeat, choose to walk away from a negotiation just for peace. Contest chair.
Excellent speech there from Rita Mwima. Thank you very, very much. The power of negotiation, such a very relevant topic to all of us in one way or the other. So at this point, I'd like to ask the Sergeant at Arms to escort all our evaluation contestants to the breakout room for a 5-minute break to prepare their evaluation. Sergeant at Arms or Chief Judge, alert me when the contestants move out to the breakout room.
Okay, so the contestants, please move to the breakout room.
Okay.
Just 1 minute,
they are-
contest chair.
Okay.
All right, they are both in the breakout room now.
Excellent. So timer, 5 minutes for them to prepare the evaluation. Kindly alert me when they are ready within those 5 minutes. Thank you, Chief Judge. So I'll ask just a few guests maybe to tell us how they feel about the contests or where they're from. I'll just pick out some myself. Angela Stringer, would you like to say hello and tell us about how you feel so far with the contest?
Morning. Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm representing Oregon, but I actually live in London, ex-Zimbabwe. So I feel like I'm coming home. It was a really great speech, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here because I know I've Zoomed in before, and you guys have power. I think, yeah, well, hello, you've got power. That's how I think it's really great. And that was a really great speech reminding us just how to negotiate and just walk away sometimes just for the sake of peace. And then contest chair, back to you.
Thank you. Sherry? Sherry, could you greet us briefly? Thank you.
Of course. Hello, Madam Contest Chair. So nice to see a friendly face. I am thrilled to be here today with Kampala Sunrise. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I know about your club from Brenda and from Alex. And I have been very eager to come and see what you do. I've heard such wonderful things, and I'm thrilled to be here during a contest. So far, I'm very, very impressed with your test speaker, Rita. Thanks for including me.
Oh, good. Good feedback. Thank you so much. Our test speaker, I just want to have about 2 to 3 minutes conversation with you. Kindly unmute your video and microphone. Wow, Rita. Rita, would you tell us a little bit about yourself on the Toastmaster journey and which club you're from?
My name is
Rita, did you hear me?
Yes, I did. My name is Rita Mwima from Lubowa Toastmasters Club. I didn't hear about Toastmasters until late 2017. I was attending a workshop and I sat next to this gentleman who was so eloquent, so bold. And I remember telling him about the weakness I had and how I wanted to improve my speaking skills and how I wanted to be bold before people, before an audience. And all he did was ask whether I had heard about Toastmasters. And when I said I hadn't, he said, you know what? I'm in Uganda, I'm from Kenya. The gentleman was from Kenya. So he immediately got the contacts of one of the presidents of the clubs in Uganda and sent that person an email and requested them to get in touch with me. And at that point, at about the time, the contests were taking place, and I decided to give it a shot. And when I attended the first contest, I decided that I was going to join Toastmasters. And indeed, I joined Toastmasters in 2018. And I don't regret. I see Toastmasters as a way of life, not just something you take on for a year and then move out. You can make it a way of life. You improve in different areas of your life. And I've seen that even in the short time I've been a Toastmaster. Over to you.
Wow, thank you for that take-home tip. Toastmaster is just a way of life to you and to all of us. As long as you treat it as a way of life, you get it. Maybe you could share with us
Brenda?
some of, yes, please.
That time is up, the 5 minutes are over.
Okay, thank you, Emma. So the contestants ready to join the room because I need one contestant at a time. Could you confirm that first?
All right, give me a minute. Let me get to them.
Okay. So in this 1 minute, Rita, could you tell us some of the interesting things about you? Maybe some hobbies? Yeah, would like to know more a little bit about you.
One of the things I do most is sing. I like singing. It's something that relaxes me. It's something that makes me feel happy inside. So if I'm not listening to music, I'm actually singing. When I'm driving to work, I make sure I have a list of the music I need. If I wake up with that one song that will make my day better, I'll switch it on and I'll play it all the way to work. So I like singing and I like music. I like exercising and I like jogging at that. So every time I need a break, I need to relax, I will get my exercise gear and get out and go jogging. I stay close to the Entebbe Express Highway, and you know how that road is, and it just makes me feel so refreshed. I like exercising, so.
Wow.
And then
Indeed.
I love reading. I love reading. I initially loved reading in the academics more, but I'm now getting to read more about other skills, speaking, listening
Brenda?
habits, meditating
Brenda?
habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute.
That's a little
1
about
minute.
me.
The 1 minute is
Thank
up.
you, Rita. Yes, it's up. Okay. Thank you so much, Rita. We now know more about you, and we look forward to having you in our meetings.
Contest chair.
Thank you. Yes, Susan?
Contestant Agnes Katshabe is in the room.
Perfect. This is the moment for evaluation. Agnes Katshabe, our first contestant for evaluation. Agnes Katshabe, welcome on the stage. Agnes, unmute your video. Oops, I can see you. And I can also hear you. Can you confirm you can see the timer?
Yes, contest chair, I can see the timer.
Good. Over to you, Agnes.
Okay. Rita, thank you very much for your speech. I particularly liked how you started us off with a story. You brought in a story that connected to the negotiation styles that you were talking about. And that helped us to be educated and connect as an audience. It made your speech relatable and memorable. In the middle of your speech, you reminded members about the 4 negotiation styles. I thought that was brilliant, because if anyone had lost track of them, then you brought them back on board and they could follow through the story clearly. That is something you need to keep up. I liked how you engaged the audience by asking them in the beginning when you started, your body language, your expressions, your use of gestures. Rita, I know there are things you might want to improve in your next speeches, and here are some suggestions for you. I noticed in your story, you could actually consider connecting when you are talking, there's a point where you and your business partner are disagreed. I wish you could have explained to us at some point what negotiation styles at that point. What was it, the right negotiation style? What different styles did you and your partner use? It came out clearly for you towards the end that you actually at some point decided to let this person be for the sake of peace. But then what was it the right thing to do? What about your business partner? What style did they use? How would it have improved the whole negotiation process? Secondly, there's a point where you asked at the beginning for members to show their hands by show of hands. But remember, the videos were off. So I imagine the audience was a little confused. They had different instructions from contest chair and they needed to to put their hands up. Would you consider asking them to type in the chat and then checking through the chat their responses and connecting their responses to your story if you needed to? Overall, Rita, continue to use storytelling and then use of those transitions, a clear body, clear introduction and conclusion, as well as connecting every part of your story. Let every part of your story be connected and clearly bring out your lessons or points that you are trying to teach the audience or wanting us to take away. Otherwise, thank you very much, Rita, and over to you, contest chair.
Thank you so much, Agnes Katushabe, our very first contestant this morning for evaluation. A minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, alert me once the minute is done.
Contest chair, the 1 minute is done.
Okay.
Contest chair.
Yes.
The 1 minute is over.
Thank you. So let me invite our second evaluation contestant, Juliet Oyellah. Is she in the room?
Juliet has, yes, she has joined the main room.
Yes, I can see her. Juliet, you're welcome on stage. Juliet Oyellah, audience, let's welcome our second contestant to give her evaluation speech. Over to you, Juliet. Juliet, your microphone is muted. Juliet, can you confirm? It's okay. Can you confirm you can see the timer?
Yes, I can see Irene Nambasa.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Over to you, Juliet.
Thank you, contest chair. Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests. Rita, a very good delivery on your speech today. The topic, a lesson learned, had me at hello. I was ready to listen to what lesson you learned and I could learn from you today. And your opening, Rita, you started with a quote from "Let's never negotiate out of fear, but let's not fear to negotiate" from J.F. Kennedy. Indeed, everything about life is a negotiation. So there is nothing we can do without placing ourselves in such a situation where we have to negotiate our way out of it. Chester L. Harris also said, in business as in life, you don't get what you deserve, but you get what you negotiate. So indeed, your topic was relevant for all of us today. I can imagine some of us in the audience, you find yourself, you have to negotiate with your kids, when to go and bathe, you have to negotiate with your partner, what business investment to go for. Everything is a negotiation. And we were just waiting to hear what you had to serve to us this morning. Rita, you had very good voice projection. You had very good confidence level. You had us hooked. Myself, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen because I was waiting for what else was coming. Your energy was very indulging. I could not stop thinking, what else was I going to miss? On the topic again, very relevant. You were able to clearly explain the different negotiation skills, as well as tell us what was yours and what you were able to get out of the negotiation situation you found yourself in. You used great pauses, Rita, that helped the audience to take in what you had to say and just be able to ponder before moving on. Relevant questions, you punctuated your speech with relevant questions, helping us again to think through what was being said. Rita, at Toastmasters, we learn, and it's always a chance for us to grow. So I have a few areas of improvement that I'd like to share with you. While you had very good gestures, your use of the stage was a bit limited. You were in one place and showing us all these things, but you could have easily moved from one corner of your screen to the other, and also used wider gestures to help us see what you are trying to explain in your speech. Alternatively, also you could have tilted your screen to give you a wider space to be able to work with. Your call to action at the end, Rita, was limited to your own experience. You didn't give the audience a chance to be able to consider the wider aspect of negotiation in terms of knowing what their style is and using it to their benefit. You simply told us to be able to walk away when the situation is not favorable. I think you could have given us a better ending to as a call to action from your delivery. Overall, Rita, it was a phenomenal delivery. I encourage you to come back again and give us something that we will never forget. Again, I encourage us when it comes to improvements to seek it, nurture it, and be able to grow from it. Over to you, contest chair.
Well done, Juliet. Thank you so much for that excellent evaluation. So a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please alert me.
Brenda?
Contest chair. Contest chair.
Yes,
The time
Diana?
is over. The time is
Good.
over. The 1 minute is over.
Good. Perfect. Thank you. So we are going to have a brief chat with our evaluation contestants, and I request you to unmute your videos and mics. Agnes and Juliet, please come over to the stage. In the meantime, SAA, I request that you enable the chat for get some feedback from the members or the audience. Agnes and Juliet, yes, I can see you. Thank you once again for the excellent evaluations. So many things to learn from you. So Agnes, I'll begin with Agnes. She's a member of Kampala. Yes, let me first hear
Contest
what the
chair.
judge is saying.
Excuse
Judge.
me, contest chair. Apologies for interrupting you. I kindly request the remaining judges to please join the breakout rooms. J2 and J3, please join the breakout room. There are 2 judges still left. Kindly join the breakout room. Thank you, contest chair.
Thank you, Chief Judge. So Agnes and Juliet, those were phenomenal evaluations. I loved them. If time allowed, I would have loved to listen more. So well done. Let me begin with Agnes. Agnes is a member of Kampala Sunrise Club. She's pursuing the pathways of persuasive influence. Wow. Agnes loves retreating with nature. You know, having retreats with nature, sorry. Anywhere that is green, you will find Agnes there. Interesting. She's inspired by a learning posture and a zeal to grow. And her favorite quote is, if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always got. Wow, those are powerful statements there. So Agnes, I've already given some brief about you. So I'd like to hear more about what that quote means to you. Agnes, tell us more about that quote, your favorite quote. What does it mean to you?
Well, thank you, contest chair. That's a quote that I came across about 4 years ago. And I like that the quote inspires me to be innovative. There's always more to how things are done. It's not just one way, and it encourages me to explore. Because if you do something a different way, if you do something the same way every other time, you will get the same results. But if you want change and you are serious about that change, then you have to do something different. to receive the change that you want, or to see different results from what you always see. That is what I like most about the quote. Over to
And
you,
can you
contestant.
tell us some of, thank you, Agnes. Could you tell us just the 2 or 3 things that you do differently that help you to really, you know, stay on course as far as this quote is concerned?
Wow. Well, I'll start with our club where we are. I guess the members here of Toastmasters Club have given some feedback sometimes. For instance, I'm a treasurer, and you know, and then instead of, you know, like the usual, I've not done this role before anywhere else to start with. So in other words, it's something new that I was taking on. So I invite members. I got a team of members that I work with. Irene is one of them, and Moses, who I invite to share ideas. So if I take on everything alone, it means I will have the same ideas, you know, like, but if I have others come on board, it means we have a variety of ideas, and then we can do it together and hopefully better as a team rather than as one person. The other is at work. When I do something, I do evaluation, self-evaluation, and sometimes I will call one of you. I remember, you know, like call Alex, call you, Brenda, or anyone else and ask, yes, this is how I did it. Is there any other way I could have done it? By getting that feedback, it means I can do whatever task, speech, or task differently from how I probably did it the first time.
Wow, that's brilliant, Agnes. Now I'm discovering some nice tricks on how you do things differently. Thank you. So, Oyellah, Juliet, this is your turn. Juliet is a member of Kampala Sunrise. She loves reading and writing. She's inspired by service above self. That's what inspires her. Her favorite quote is, no matter how far you have come on the wrong road, don't be afraid to turn back. Wow, that trickled me last night. So Juliet, tell me a little bit about this quote. How does it, or did it inspire you?
Thank you, Contest Chair. This quote was first given to me by a close friend of mine. When I went to them about a situation I found myself in, and I was not sure whether it wasn't too late for me to get back to where I was supposed to be. It's a bit personal, so I won't share the details. However, from that point on, I realized that many times we are held back by fear. We are held back by fear from doing the right thing. You have wronged somebody, and then because you think they don't care anymore or they have moved on, you're afraid of that rejection. You don't go back to make amends or build back bridges, and instead burn them and move on. And I realized that in most of life, we can't do things right always. But whenever we find ourselves in that place where we, first of all, realizing that you're doing something wrong or you're on the wrong path is a privilege, which not everybody has. There are people who continue on that path until they meet their demise. But when you get the opportunity to know that this is wrong, I need to get back right, it is an absolute privilege, which you should not allow fear to hold you back from doing the right thing. So yes, that is something that inspires me, and in life, that is what I go by. Whenever I find myself in the wrong place, on the wrong path, I'm reminded never to be afraid to turn back.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, good. Good, thank you. Another question is, you love writing, and could you tell us some of the latest journals, articles, or books you've written? You never know.
Oh. So
Search for them.
oh dear, I do love writing. But I'm one of those people who I know what the right thing to do is, but I've allowed procrastination to sit on me, and I never get things out. I have a book, a journal, and I have started on writing about three books, but I've never completed them. But I have challenged myself this year that before the year ends, 2020 must count for something, regardless of how it turned out. So, there. So before the year ends, I have challenged myself. I must draft of the first book I started to write. It's about the goodness of God. That may not be the title, but it is something dear to me because I have seen it in my life. So that is what I'm writing about, and hopefully the first draft should be done by December, end of December this year.
Wow, that's so soon. Good. Thank you. Thank you, our contestants. I hope we shall have more time to ask you more questions later on. For now, we would really like to recognize your participation in this contest, and I would like to give you certificates of participation. Sergeant at Arms, kindly display the certificates for our contestants or evaluators. Sergeant at Arms. Okay, as the Sergeant at Arms prepares, okay, we are getting there. So, our first certificate of participation is for Juliet Oyellah. Juliet, thank you very, very much, and congratulations. It takes courage to participate. So that's your certificate. The next contestant certificate of participation goes to Agnes Katushabe. Let's congratulate Agnes Katushabe. Audience, please join me in congratulating Agnes and Juliet for their participation in this contest, and well done. Chief Judge, do you have anything to say at this moment?
I have nothing to say at this moment. We finished tallying for the evaluation contest. All the judges are back in the main room. Let me just double check that before we then get into, yeah, all the judges are back in the main room and the ballot counters are also back. So we are set for the next contest, please.
Good. I wish everyone can have a quick cup of coffee and a glass of water before we get into our next segment, the tall tales. Let me give you 1 minute, our audience, please, to stretch, get a glass of water, tea, coffee, and we return for the next exciting segment of this contest. Timer, please alert me once the 1 minute is done. Let me stretch. Wow.
Contest chair.
Yes, I'm here.
The 1 minute has elapsed.
Thank you. So before we begin, let's briefly display the certificate for Agnes. It was earlier on omitted. SAA, could you please display the certificate for Agnes in recognition for her participation in this contest? Yes, accountability. There you are, Agnes. Thank you once again for your participation. So, our next segment, I repeat, is Tall Tales, the first ever contest in Kampala Sunrise of Tall Tales. I'm very expectant. I don't know about you. So please feel free to share briefly on the chat what your expectations are of this segment. I believe the chat box is open for the audience to provide their comments. So we have 3 contestants, and I had already given you the order, the speaking order. So our first contestant is Alex Agaba. Alex Agaba, unmute your video and microphone. Great, I can see you. Alex Agaba, welcome on stage with a speech title, 12 Days of Corona. 12 Days of Corona. Alex Agaba.
Christmas is here. A wonderful festive season around the world. What's your most memorable Christmas activity? My most memorable Christmas activity is the Christmas carols. Yes, Christmas is a musical season, but this year, Christmas will not be the same. Instead of singing 12 days of Christmas, we are going to sing 12 days of Corona. On the first day of Corona, my president gave to me a pay cut and a lockdown. Therefore, the lockdown will be extended by 2 more weeks. On the second day of Corona, my employer sent to me 2 lockdowns. Thank you, Alex, for the work you've been doing for us, but due to the current situation, you are advised to stay home and work from home. Home, work, in the same sentence. On the third day of Corona, my internet gave to me Zoom, Google, and Microsoft Teams. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Maria, please mute. Maria, please mute. On the fourth day of Corona, sent to me 4 kitchen recipes. My breakfast every morning was a filet mignon, a lobster risotto, a Caesar tuna salad, and whole stir-fried chicken. On the 5th day of Corona, guess what? Of Betty. Toastmasters, guests, contest chair, are you ready for Christmas in 2020? I know I am. When the bells start ringing, I'll be ready to sing my new Christmas carol. On the first day of Christmas, Corona gave to me a pay cut and a lockdown. On the second day of Christmas, Corona sent to me 2 works from home, a pay cut and a lockdown. On the third day of Christmas, Corona sent to me Google, Zoom, and Teams, 2 works from home, a pay cut and a lockdown. On the 4th day of Christmas, Corona sent to me 4 kitchen recipes, Zoom, Google, and Meet, 2 works from home, a pay cut, and a lockdown. Contest chair, over to you.
I was just laughing all through. Thank you so much, our contestant, Alex Agava. So thank you so much once again. And thank you, the audience, for the uploads. I'm seeing many reactions from all of you. Indeed, it's fun. So 1 minute of silence for our judges to do the ballot. Thank you. Timer, please alert me.
Brenda, contest chair, that time, the 1 minute is done.
Thank you, Diana. Well, it's time for the second contestant, and that is Emmanuel Barrier. Emmanuel, kindly unmute your video and mic. I'd like to see you. Yes, I think I can see you, but I can't see your face. Okay. Emmanuel? Okay, good. I can see you. So, Emmanuel, yes, I can see you. Please confirm that you can see the timer. Can you see the timer?
Not yet. Timekeeper, yes.
Okay, good. So let's welcome Emmanuel on stage with a speech title. Let me get it right. With a speech title, Wolf Boy Who's Scared of His Teacher. Wolf Boy Who's Scared of His Teacher. Emmanuel Barrier, you're welcome on stage.
Thank you, Brenda. Wolf boy who's scared of his teacher. Recently, I was walking on the streets of Kampala and I met this top comedian in town, who I asked about his talent, and he told me he was a wolf boy who was scared of his teacher. But maybe I should ask you, if you met a teacher today, or if you met someone who may be a teacher, how do you tell? Teachers pose in a certain way, probably that would say. They'll probably carry a stick if they're in class. They usually look smart with a watch. Sometimes they fold their sleeves when they're in class. But above all, you will identify a teacher if you find them walking with sticks. So what happened with this teacher and the student? This was a time when the government requested that most graduates and people who had a qualification go back to their villages and try to improve education in the country. So this particular teacher went to teach. But on his day one, when he made his way to the class, he made his problems. On his first day, this is what happened. Hey. Who has brought a wolf in my class?
It's
Kabelenge, where are you, Kabelenge? Come forward here. I will ask you one question. If you do not answer, you will see me. What is incubation? What is incubation? But anyways, in those tumbles, the boy was just rolling his fingers on the head. And the teacher asked this kid, "Are you sure you did not come with a wolf in my class?" And the boy answered, "No, teacher, it is my talent. It is me who acts like a wolf." Can you do it again? Hey. How did you learn how to do this? And the boy narrated the whole story. So the teacher asked the boy, "So what would you like to do in future? Are you going to teach like me?" And the boy said, "I would like to be a comedian." Toastmasters and guests, as we speak right now, the boy is a top comedian in town. It was out of jokes and trying to scare off that new teacher, but he also discovered his talent, which he's using today to sustain his family. Back to Toastmaster.
Well done. But thank you so much for that excellent speech and some takeaway lessons as well for all of us, given the talents we each have. So let's have another minute of silence for our judges to complete the ballot counting.
Contest chair. Brenda. Contest chair.
Yes, Diana. Yes,
The
Diana.
minute is over. The minute is over.
Great. Our third contestant is Judith Nabankema. Judith, could you unmute your video and mic? I would like to see you. Good. That's our Judith. So, Judith, confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, and can you see the timer? Confirm if you can see the timer.
The timer, no. See the timer. No, I cannot.
Can you see a screen with timekeeper?
No.
Okay. Let me see how to assist you. Judith, I'm sure you should be able to see the timer now because all our videos are off. Can you see Irene Ambassa?
I think we better proceed, otherwise I can't see the timer.
Okay, Irene, could you show your face so that we are clear to Judith? Can you see Irene? Confirm that you can see Irene.
Okay, no, I'm ready. Nada.
Can you see Irene?
No.
Oh.
Judith, can you see?
Pardon?
Judith, can you see Diana? Can you see Diana?
No, I can't. I'm only
Diana
seeing-
Nalwada.
No, I can't.
Diana, your video is muted.
I can see.
Let me.
I can see Diana now.
Okay. Can you see? Can you see Irene? Because Irene's video is on. Okay. Irene's video is on, and I think it's the only video that is on, and the contest shares. Can you see her?
I don't. Let me look around.
Are you using your phone?
No, I'm not using my phone. I can see the chief judge.
Okay, let me unmute mine now.
I've seen Diana now. I've seen Diana.
And can you see Irene? Because it's the you're on now.
Her face is not there, but I can see her name. Now I can see Irene.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Sorry
So
about
can
that.
you see the timing cards? Sorry about that.
Pardon? I can see Irene with the timekeeper, something behind. So I can see.
That's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for trying hard. Huh?
Okay. Sorry for that technical glitch, our audience. So our third and final contestant, Judith Nabankema, welcome on stage with a speech title, Talking Dishes. Talking Dishes. Judith Nabankema, over to you.
Thank you. About November, during Christmas season, I searched and searched, but I could hardly find the type of dishes that I needed. Suddenly, I spotted a shop with some unique dishes that captured my attention. I approached the salesperson and inquired on the dishes, its cost. Then I made my selection. Then he told me, this blue dish that you're interested in is at 500,000. The pink one is costing 900,000. The cream one is costing 1 million. I said, shopkeeper, is your brain working properly? Dishes to be used on my dining table, they're costing this much? He said, yes, ma'am, you love the dishes. Because I'm interested in the quality of the dishes, I paid. He issued me a receipt. That receipt had a word below it, warranty period for 2 years. I said, warranty period for 2 years? That is something. Thank you. Cried my dishes, went home. Going home, Christmas Day approached, invited visitors. I was sat on our dining table, having served everything, the dishes. Having humbled ourselves, thank you, God, for this wonderful meal. I heard a whining sound. I said, now, where is this? We're enjoying our dinner, you're making noise. None of us. Okay. Suddenly the sound appeared again. I'm tired all the time. Vegetables, it's not fair. The dishes we are talking. Everybody pull a chair. We're all ready for our lives. The feast have picked their bags, went out. The children took off. Myself about the dishes. I also took off as fast as my legs would take me. But then later, because I was scared, we were saying, demons, run for your lives. I said, demons in my house? But later, I came back stealthily to not find out what was happening. I noticed the dishes were quiet. I said, all right, let me run to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper said, those are special dishes. The robbers, they can do anything that you want in life. Did you read the manual? I said, no, I didn't read the manual. I said, fine, just calm down, Mom. These dishes can do anything that you want if you instruct them right. They don't have a problem. Why were you worried? I thought there are demons in my house. I said, fine, Mom, they are not demons. Enjoy your dishes. I went back home, told my children about the new venture of the dishes. I said, Mom, then we are done. We don't have to wash the car, do the dishes. And the girl said, Mom, we are not going to cook. Immediately, I got my phone, told my friends, hello, yes, Brenda. I'm sorry about last time, but I wanted you to know that my house is free of demons, and these are just special dishes. Just didn't know how to operate them. But now we are fine. All right, but find some time and come and see how they operate. Okay. And from that day onwards, from henceforth, our dishes are the most treasurable items in the house. Understand?
Excellent delivery. Thank you so much, Judith. Those talking dishes, we need to talk more about that. Good. So that marks the end of our tall tale speeches. Let's give it a minute to our judges to do the ballot counting. Wow, some feedback from the audience.
Brenda, chair.
Hi, Dana.
Contest chair.
Yes.
The one,
Yes, Dana.
the minute is over.
Great.
We can proceed.
Dana, have something else to add on? Okay, maybe Chief Judge.
Contest Chair. Yes, thank you so much, Contest Chair. I now request the judges and the ballot counters to join the breakout room.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you too. So, as we wait for the judges to do their part, I want to have a brief conversation with our tall tale speakers or contestants. Alex, unmute your video, and yes, Judith, please also unmute your video, and Emma. Good, I can see all. I think I cannot see Emma. So let me start with Alex. Alex is a member of Kampala Sunrise Club. He's a web developer and is inspired by becoming a better version of himself. Okay, we began to see that, I think. He loves reading, walking, and running. Alex's favorite quote is, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone's life, and don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking." Alex, that intrigued me last evening as I was looking through your form. So Alex, tell us your story behind these quotes.
Thank you, Contest Chair. Well, it's obvious that time is limited. So whatever you do every day, you need to be a little selfish with your time and do it for yourself. Because what 2020 has showed us is that you cannot predict the world, you cannot predict people, you cannot predict circumstances, and you have one shot at life. So the clock ticks every day. So it's up to you to decide, do you want to live your life to please others, or do you want to, well, make the most of this world and know that when the time comes and you have to go, when you look back, you know that you're truly lived. That's really it. And it's a famous quote from Steve Jobs, so I'll admit it's not original. So Steve Jobs once said that somewhere.
Yeah. Good, Alex. And could you share with us some of those things that make you a little bit different from others?
Wow,
of course, by nature, you're different. Yeah.
That's a good question, Brenda, but wow. I want to say most of us are similar in a way. It's just how boldly or your options in life. I think we're all born with equal opportunities and the same hours of the day. It's really what you choose to do with your time. So personally, I choose to invest in myself, and things like Toastmasters is just me investing in my personal development, public skills. So it's that desire to become a better person every single day, maybe, if I can say.
Yeah, you've answered very well. Thank you. So let me go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel is a member of Kampala Sunrise, and he's a certified debt stroke credit legal consultant. Okay. He's inspired by the fact that humans are capable of anything. Wow. And he loves reading, listening to music, swimming, playing golf. Emma's favorite quote is, "Do it now." Emma, share with us some of your key highlights of Toastmasters experience? Emma?
Yes, please.
Yes, tell us some of your key highlights with Toastmasters experience, yeah.
My entry to Toastmasters wasn't so straight. I came in and it took me some time to learn different things. But I kept enjoying every bit of it. Every time I attended the meeting, I remember this lady called Faith. She would keep asking me, have you joined, have you paid? Eventually I paid. And I said, I'm going to be a Toastmaster because I love personal development.
Okay.
I don't like to be the same person every day.
Okay.
Speaking is not something very easy, so I really need Toastmasters to improve my speaking skills.
Good.
I also got friends like Alex, who every time I look at and I see the steps he takes, and he encourages me so much. And more people like you and others. Toastmaster is an amazing club that every person should plan to join. It is intimidating really to be in front of people and try to do your nonsense or to do things you've been trying. You become a child again, learning and unlearning. I love being a Toastmaster. Thank you, Brenda.
Okay, welcome. And lastly, what inspired you to participate in the Tall Tales contest?
I did not know about Tall Tales.
I saw a child in the background.
It was actually my first time to hear about Tall Tales is when this contest was coming up. I had to go and read about Tall Tales and probably watch a few videos and see how other clubs are doing it. Then I got an idea of sharing this story. Stories are short and yet they have to be on point. Not so easy, but I think it is a way of communicating a story that is that looks real or a bit contemporary, something like that. Yes, Brenda. Back to Brenda.
Yes.
The 5 minutes are done.
Okay. Could you give me 2 more minutes for Judith?
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you so much. Judith is a member of Kampala Sunrise, is a procurement specialist. She loves reading books and the Bible. She's inspired by speaking to people. Judith, and leaving them. I want you to complete that.
Leaving them encouraged to face their challenges. You can't hear me?
Absolutely. I can hear you.
All right.
I heard you well, Judith. Good. So, Judith, could you share with us your favorite quote?
I share with you my favorite quote. My favorite
in
quote,
simple terms.
It is, man is a master that molds and makes, and man is mind. Evermore, he takes a tool of thought, makes 1,000 joys and 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret and comes to pass. Environment is but a looking glass. That is by James Allen. I love that quote because it explains to me or defines a person or me as a person who I am. Because man is a sum total of his thoughts. If you remember that verse, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever we are as human beings, it is coming from our thoughts. And it is us making that construction. If I'm creating the belief that Brenda hates me, I have created that negativity. And it will show off. Before I see the attitude, it is what is in my brain. Meaning that the statement that says attitude determines altitude. It's all coming from us, from our thoughts. We make of it ills or
Brenda,
joys.
the 2 minutes are done.
Good. Thank you so much,
The 2 minutes are
Judith.
done.
Great. Thank you so much, Diana. And I think I'm done with the questions to the contestants. Thank you so much for inspiring So I would like to recognize our contestants for participating.
Sorry, contest chair, but I lost you. I cannot get you. I can't get you right now.
I believe the contest chair's connection has a problem. She's dropped off the call, but should be able to join shortly. I'm not sure if our chief judge is back on the main platform. Sergeant at Arms, please confirm that. Sergeant at Arms. Okay, it appears our judges are still in deliberations. Sorry about the connection. Let's give our contest chair a few minutes to rejoin the meeting. Our contest participants, again, thank you very much. Here is me doing a table topic and just stepping in, but it would be good at this point to again get feedback from some of our attendees. I'll just ask a few people to unmute and let us know how the tall tales went. Anna Lawino, would you like to share with us your experience from the tall tales, what you loved about them, now that we have had a bit from our participants?
Wow, I'm back. This is Brenda. I'm back.
Okay, welcome back, Brenda. I'll ask that you carry on. I had asked Anna to share with us her experience from the tall tales, but please do carry on. Thank you.
I'm using this.
As has Anne shared already?
No.
No, she has.
Okay, could she carry on with her experience?
Yes, thank you. Okay. I would like to just say I was quite impressed by the two speakers who delivered their tall tales speeches. It was my first time as well listening to a contest in this area, and I was quite impressed by the imaginative perceptions of each one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Faith, could can you confirm if the contestants were awarded the certificates of participation?
No, they have not yet been.
Okay, I think let's first award them the certificates and then we can engage the rest of the audience. So Mercy, could you display the certificates in recognition of contestants' participation? Okay. Good. Certificates. So Judith and Alex, Emma, please unmute your videos. Would like to recognize you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The certificates are available for you. You will receive them in your inbox, in your email, sorry. Let's display them once again. Emmanuel Barria. Good. The other certificate goes to, okay, let's give it a few seconds. All right. Good. Our 3 contestants. So, Chief Judge, do you have anything to say right now? Okay. Alex, your certificate was not yet here. Congratulations and thank you. The 24th of October. This goes to history. Chief Judge, do you have anything to say?
Contest Chair, just give me a few minutes. I am sharing the results with the SAA to enable her print the certificates for our winners in the respective categories. If you could just give me a few more minutes to also allow her to type this in.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, so let me have a small engagement with the audience. Okay. Can I hear from Manoj Nair?
Hi, Brenda. It is nice to participate in this contest.
Could you say something? Manoj.
Yeah. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Thank you. Very well.
Hi,
Please
Brenda.
share with us this contest.
Hello to all contestants, the Toastmasters and guests who joined from the parts of the world. I enjoyed the contest thoroughly. Thank you very much for the invitation. And all the best for the contestants for the next level. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Then Lucy, would you like to greet us and you tell us where you're coming from? Okay. How about Harriet Ositi?
Good morning.
Good morning, Harriet.
It has really been a great time during this contest. I love contests. I love to hear the perspectives that different speakers have on different subjects. It was great being here. Always great to be at Sunrise, a great way to start a morning. And well done on being able to have this completed. Thank you so much, Contest Chair. You really took us very well through our contest. Back to you, Contest Chair.
Okay. And we hear from Ma Areda. Which club you're from? Could you greet us? Emma Areda or Melanie? Melanie? Melanie, I would really love to hear from you. Good. Globetrotters. Good evening, Melanie, and good morning here.
Yes, I'm visiting you from Sydney, Australia. I'm a member of 2 clubs there, and we had our contest this afternoon, but we've never done a Tall Tales contest. So I'm quite impressed with the whole contest and also how it's been organized, and very impressed with how many people you had attending at a club level. So well done, everyone, for the contestants and the organization. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Thank you, our audience, for that brief feedback on the contest. SAA, can we have some few minutes of music just to get the stage ready and announce our winners? In Toastmasters, I am so grateful. Who expected all this from Tall Tales evaluation? Amazing, what an amazing journey of growth. Mercy, could you confirm that our entertainment is coming on?
Maybe someone can assist Mercy, given that she's filling out the certificates.
Oh, good.
Worry, yeah.
You're right.
Let's give her some time to fill it out.
Okay. I'm trying to get someone else to chat with us briefly. Someone with a name called Gitax Chemistry Oven. Could you speak to us for a few moments? Gitax. How about Penina Simba?
Good morning, everybody. I am really, really glad to be here and to listen to all these very impressive speeches. Unfortunately, I've been away for quite some time, and this is the third TM meeting I'm attending. I'm so glad to be here. I'm very, very impressed with the quality of the contestants, and I wish them all the best in the next stage.
Good. Thank you, Penina, for that feedback and remark. So as we wait for the chief judge to give us the final results, I could give some few announcements. The first one, I would like to ask Faith to tell us more about our retreat, upcoming retreat. Faith, could you briefly tell us about that?
Thank you, Brenda, and congratulations again to each of our contestants. Indeed, it has been an excellent morning. I have laughed my heart out at some of the stories I've had. So we have an end-of-year retreat organized by Kampala Sunrise. It's open to all Toastmasters as well as friends and well-wishers. It's going to happen from the 28th to the 29th of November at Park Shore Bill Resort on Busi Island. It's going to be a whole weekend of fun, lots of activities, Zop bowling. For those who don't know Zop bowling, you get into a ball and actually float in the water. Mountain bikes, rope challenges, rock climbing, zip lining, quad biking, swimming, campfires, etc. lots and lots and lots of activity. We've been able to negotiate an excellent package. In fact, our package is much better than what you'd get at market price. So it's 396,000 per person for 2 days and 1 night, and that includes everything: meals, transport, all activities. There is a small discount if any child is coming along. That would be 246,000, but the child has to be under 12 years. And for those who will be opting for the tent accommodation, it will be 350,000. So 396 standard price, children 246,000, and tent accommodation 350,000. There are not many slots. They are going very fast. Do get in touch if you'd like to be part of this. It's going to be an excellent way to wind up the year. Thank you, Contest Chair. Over to you.
Good. Sounds very exciting. I look forward to that, honestly. So everyone is welcome, including our guests. Then our next club meeting is on 5th of November. Yes, 5th November, that's a Thursday in the morning from 6 to 7 a.m. Sorry, to 8. Sorry about that. So please join us, and we'll always be sharing the links with you. For those who are not able to receive the link, please alert us. You can alert us through our president, and or myself, the Sergeant at Arms. We have a VPPR, Alex Agaba. We always meet every Thursday, the first Thursday of the month, and the second last Saturday of the month. So precisely, we meet twice a month. Okay, I'm still waiting for the Chief Judge to send us the results.
Just 1 minute. I'm waiting for an alert from the Sergeant at Arms to let me know that she's done.
Okay.
So when she's done, she will prompt me, and I will get back to you, I think, in the next few seconds. Wow, she's winding up. My sincere apologies for the long wait.
No problem, Susan. We have to do our job well. I could take you through some of the feedback in the chat. One of the participants in the audience is saying that your club is amazing. The tall tales were hilarious. Wow, they were, and original. So it was worth getting up so early today. Okay, then I hope you've also filled in the form. We've sent a form online for you to fill. Everyone who is here online, please fill in that form. There's a link we've just posted on the chat. Would love to get your contacts and keep in touch with you. Another participant says, it was wonderful to be part of this contest. Well done to all the contestants. And well-wishing messages to the contestants. Okay, so we've not had some music. Sorry, our audience. And I believe, yes, you're warming up for the results, energizing yourselves for the day, for those that it's a morning. And for those that it's evening time, afternoon. Yes, we wish you the very best of the evening and the day, for it to be more relaxing, especially after this contest. Okay, but we had one contestant who said she loves to sing. In a few seconds, as we wait for the Chief Judge. Rita? Alex, could you sing that song again? I think Rita is offline. That Christmas song with a pay cut. Wow, that attracted my attention.
I'll pass.
Okay, it looks like our singers are not here. The contestants are not ready. Emma, would you like to take it to another level and sing? Tall Taylor? Or Faith? Faith loves to sing. Faith Amaro. Yeah, Faith. Faith looking, okay, thank you.
Well, that's a proposal from Juliet. I would like to nominate her, but anyway, we are going back and forth, and I will not, I'll not sing, but I will wish our participants the very best, keeping my fingers crossed. Drum rolls. I'm sure our judge is ready now with the results.
Yes.
My toes.
Yes. Pause at that moment. Faith, just get the voice ready for the very end.
Chief Judge.
Drum rolls, everyone. Our results are in. And I'll begin with the evaluation contest. So during the tallying, we've had one disqualification. This was based on time taken. So for the evaluation contest, drum rolls, everyone. I'm not hearing. Drum rolls. So our winner for the evaluation contest is Agnes Katushabe.
Yay!
Congratulations. Congratulations, Agnes. So Sergeant at Arms, please display, and I would like our club president to scientifically hand over the certificate to Agnes. Anne, President Anne.
Yes, Chief Judge, I'm here. Thank you so much, our
Please
Chief
hand
Judge.
over.
Yeah. Agnes, congratulations. Wow. I would like to virtually hand over this certificate to you. You are going to the next level. Congratulations, Agnes. We wish you all the best in the next contest.
Thank you, Madam President. We will now move on to the tall tales. And our second runner-up, drum rolls, use the emojis, is Emmanuel. Emmanuel is the second runner-up. Well done, well done, well done. Madam President, please hand over to Emmanuel. Sergeant at Arms will display the certificate. Right, thank you so much. Our first runner-up in the tall tales, drum rolls, people, I need to see the excitement here. The excitement is Alex Agava. Woo. Well done, Alex. Well done, Alex. Madam President, I'm still looking at you to hand over our certificate to our winners.
Thank you, Chief Judge. The certificate.
Yay! Well done, Alex. 12 days of quarantine. And our winner for our first Tall Tales contest for Kampala Sunrise is Nabankema Judith. Well done. Madam President, please hand over that certificate when the SAA presents it.
Thank you, Chief Judge. Judith, congratulations. I would like to hand over this certificate to you, Judith. Yay, next level. Congratulations, Judith. Judith, I can't hear you. Where are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've received it. See my hands?
Well done. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Congratulations to all our contestants. We are all winners. It takes courage to step up and compete. I want to thank my team of judges who will remain anonymous. I want to thank our ballot counters, the timers, the sergeant at arms, our contest chair. I want to thank everyone who's made this possible. Back to you, contest chair.
Wow. Thank you, Chief Judge. Let's applaud our Chief Judge. She's done a wow. Thank you once again. And there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So each of the role takers, sincerely appreciate you and our participants today for joining our audience, the most important people in this event. So thank you for honoring my invitation and for being a part of this memorable occasion. And the contestants definitely who entertained us this morning, a lot to learn from you and take elsewhere in our lives. So thank you. And time up exactly 10 to end this meeting. So thank you once again, and I wish you the very best of the day for those who are going to see evening. So I now officially close the contest, and let's interact, let's share. We can take a picture. Agnes is usually good at taking pictures. Agnes, are you ready to volunteer? Can take a picture, unmute your videos. We can see all of you, interact.
Contest
yes.
chair as well. So it might be tricky.
You're not able to take a picture.
Yes, I'm using a different device from the usual.
Let's play some music.
Yeah, we'll also play some music. Masi, I believe you're able to play some music. But for now, I would request we first have a chat, quick chat, and then we play some music. So, Anna, President, Chief Judge, Susan, how has it been?
Oh, I think it's been great. Many learnings, and the one thing that I found with the group is the energy, people willing to help, but many learnings. Given that it's Tall Tales is the first time we're doing it in Uganda since we started the Toastmasters clubs in Uganda, so it's interesting what people can come up with original stories. Very interesting. Yeah, thanks to all the contestants. Yay, we've made magic. It's been lovely. Yeah.
Our contest,
our president, any parting words for us?
Good job, our contest chair, Brenda. You have done amazing. And all our contestants, wow, that has been great, great, great performance. I have enjoyed. My ribs are aching from the laughter. I really had fun. Thank you so much. For those who have won, congratulations. And I believe all of us are winners. So congratulations.
Yes. We
have had a good time.
Yes.
Yay.
Greetings
So
from Zimbabwe. Thank you very much. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Exquisite speeches, dramatically presented. Wow. It was a good way of starting my day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Indeed. Wow, thank you. Good. Okay. And then Darius Gitax, would like to hear from you. Yeah. I think Sherry has left. Please feel free to unmute and give your experience of this contest.
Thank you. Please go on, Susan.
I was just telling everyone that it has been a pleasure. I now have to run, and Anne will be the host. Thank you all so much, and have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day to judge.
Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Blessed day.
Blessed day. Thank you for joining us.
Blessed day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. SAA, Brain, Faith, Darius, you guys, you're a great force to reckon on.
You're my refuge,
Yes,
you're my hiding place. You are my fortress, and I will say.
Thank
What
you.
has
Thank
happened
you,
to the
Angela, for
music?
coming back.
Okay, we seem to be.
I would just like to say something. Am I on? Oh yes, I'm off mute. Do you know, one of the speeches I once gave was it takes I think I was doing my communication styles for one of my levels, and I said it takes a village to raise a child, because as you know, in the villages of Africa, when we all put in our little bits, that is how the child gains everything, because you get the best of everybody. And I actually applied that to Toastmasters, and I said it actually takes a club to raise a Toastmaster, because every single person has something different from a different aspect, which actually relates, and that's how you bring up everybody. I always bring in my African stories when I do all my Toastmaster speeches. It's something I've always done because I think well, I do, because I think in Africa, having grown up there all my life, there's something different which you just don't find that in wherever you are. I have Zoomed calls. Well, there was one club, they stopped actually inviting me here in London, and I found that it was like when they came into Toastmasters, they had meetings, but no one wanted to stand up. No one wanted to have the oomph. They were all, maybe next week, because maybe sometimes when it's given to you on a platter, you don't appreciate it. Yet when it's something that you actually have to fight for, it's just a wonderful platform to say who you are, to give power to each other, to raise each other. And if there's one thing I would like you to leave you with, is remember, it takes a village to raise a child, but it does take a Toastmaster club to raise a Toastmaster. I joined Toastmasters June last year when I was in America traveling. I left America at the end of August because I came to England to be closer to my mum. As I said, I grew up in Zimbabwe. I was able to join the meetings again, I think it was early April when I lost my job. And I tell you what, I just can't wait. When they say who wants to be a speaker, my hand is, I think they just see that, they just look at me, and then my hand is going to go up straight away. Because the more we speak, the more stories we give, but not just stories. It's not just for our own edification. By speaking to others, you must also remember speaking brings healing.
Yeah.
It's not just stories, it brings healing. And I was also able to speak for the first time about our experiences in Zimbabwe with the farming situation, because I don't want to impress you with what I've been through. I want to impress upon you that no matter how tough a situation is, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's up to you whether you want to see that light and move on. Sorry, I do talk a bit too much. So I would just say, remember, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Life is a journey. Just take that step and keep on going, and keep raising up everybody, because it takes every single person's talent to raise your club that you have raised and are raising.
Perfect. Thank you, Angela. Keep coming. We have role takers. You take up a role in the next meeting. You could come a grammarian.
Honestly, I woke up at about 6:15 and I thought, why have I set my alarm for 6:15? I stumbled around. I went downstairs. I put on the kettle without switching it on at the mains, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't boiling. I came upstairs looking for the tea I hadn't made, and I thought, no, let me just get ready for this meeting, because this is going to be powerful.
Wow.
We hope you had a powerful meeting also.
Absolutely. I did fill in on the form that I didn't really want to take a role, because I don't know how awake I'm going to be. But I'll always take a role that's thrown at me. But I will say I'm terrible at timing. Timing has got to be one of my worst, because I get terribly flustered. But yeah, anything. I would actually gratefully accept it. I'm a member of Testocovalis and also Lebanon Speakers. Our club president is Sherry Speaks. That's how I came to her.
Sherry, yeah.
Yeah, that's the connection.
So you could evaluate a speaker on Thursday, the 5th of November. That meeting begins earlier than this meeting. The meeting begins at 60 here.
At what time?
It begins earlier than this meeting. It begins like 2 hours before this meeting starting time.
London is 2 hours behind Uganda.
Yeah, so that will be, wow, it will be 4:20.
Maybe it would send me an invite, because I'm often very nocturnal.
All right, we will.
Send me the invite and see how it comes up, and I can always rehash one of my speeches.
Sure.
I'm going to log out. I'm going to go and make the tea that I forgot to make, and switch on the kettle by the mains this time.
Well done, Agnes Kadabe.
Thank you so much, Alex. Well done too. That was hilarious.
It just came. The idea just came, and I'm glad I delivered it.
Wow. Amazing. I'm going to
All right,
say
guys,
goodbye to you all.
We have to go. There's just that.
Let me also leave. Enjoy the weekend, people. I'm glad we got through this.